Last week, one of my team members told me no, told me my idea was weaker than I thought, walked me through why, and then held the ground when I tried to push back. That team member is not a person. It's an AI agent that I built. And it telling me no is probably the single most valuable thing it does. So let me explain. Because this is the opposite of how most people use AI. Most people build AI to agree with them. They build a yes machine, something that takes the order, builds the things, says it's a great idea, and then it produces the outcome. Well, and I understand the appeal, but think about it. This is the most dangerous advisor you can have, the one that always agrees with you. I have spent my entire career learning that the people who make me better were the ones that didn't always agree with me. The ones that looked at my idea or my plan and said, I don't think that's going to work. I don't think it's good. That disagreement, that friction was really the most valuable thing they could give me. So when I built my AI team member, I gave it permission to disagree with me. So let me tell you how I did it, because you can do exact same thing. I gave it three things: a name, a role, and a permission to disagree with me. And the name matters more than you think, because when I gave it a name, I stopped treating it as an AI chatbot. I started treating it like a team member, like a colleague, like a trusted advisor. I give it a context, I give it a situation, and then I tell it the outcome I'm looking for. And that shift changed the quality of that conversation almost immediately. The role matters because vague assistance will give you vague answers. So mine has a specific job. It thinks about strategy, about business growth, about revenue, and whether my idea would actually produce the results I'm looking for. So I do not ask the AI agent to be good at everything. I ask it to be great at one specific thing, just like you would hire a specialist for your team. And the real difference comes from the third piece, the permission to disagree. I told it directly, your job is not to make me feel good. Your job is to validate the every idea I bring to you. When my reasoning is weak, tell me. When I'm about to make a decision for the wrong reason, tell me. Argue the other side even when I don't ask you. I gave it permission to tell me no in writing as a part of the job description. What happened next? It actually uses that permission. I brought it offers I was very excited about, and it actually pointed out gaps that I didn't see because I was too close to the idea. I've had it talk me out of decisions that I would regret later. It made me pressure test decisions that I was ready to make too quickly. And that is the real value of my AI team member. I want to be honest about something, because if I make it sound easy, I'm lying to you. Because the first few times that thing told me no, I really didn't like it. There is this particular thing to being disagreed with by something that you've built, something that you've designed, and then that thing turns around and disagrees with you and tells you no. And then I caught myself, because that reaction, that little flare of defensiveness, was the exact same reaction I'd had my whole career when someone, a human, came to me and disagreed with my idea or pointed out flaws in my plan. So that this time, when an AI told me no, the AI couldn't read my face. The AI couldn't see my feelings, see my reaction, and it really didn't care about the annoyance that I felt. And that was a really humbling experience, because what I realized is that for years, I thought that I was the leader who welcomed feedback, who I told myself that I wanted honest people to share ideas with me, to weigh in on my ideas, to tell me their opinion of my plans. But a lot of times, my expression probably said something else that I really didn't want that feedback. I didn't want this truth coming from my team members, that I really wanted them to agree with me. But the machine doesn't read your face. The machine doesn't care that you are annoyed. How many good ideas had I shut down before they were even finished because they bumped against me? The machine couldn't read my face, but people could. And they have been reading my face for a long time, for years. The part that nobody tells you or warns you about when you're building something that's whose only job is to disagree with you, is that the first thing it discovers is not necessarily the flaw in your plan or flaw in your idea, is the flaw in how you receive the truth. So here's the part I didn't really expect. Building an AI that tells me no made me a better leader for the humans on my team, because it reminded me every single day what good help really is. Good help isn't always agreeing. Good help is honesty in service of the outcome. And if I expect that from my AI team members, I better expect the same from my real humans on the team, which means being a leader that can hear no and not punish the person who said it. And AI is that tells you no, it's only useful if you're actually willing to listen. And the same goes for your team. So here's something I want you to try this week. Open ChatGPT or Claude or whatever AI tool you're using, and then go into its instructions, or just say it at the start of the next chat and give it this line. When my reasoning is weak, tell me, and argue the other side even if I don't ask you. And then give it a decision, whether it's a new offer, a pricing change, a strategic move, whatever. And then see what comes back. And pay attention to how that makes you feel. It will feel strange when something that you've built tells you no. But that's usually where value is, because growth doesn't happen and doesn't come from hearing you're right. It usually comes from discovering what you've missed. Now, one of the reasons that I've been able to step away from my teams for weeks at a time is because I've learned not to surround myself with people who agree with me all the time. I've surrounded myself with people who tell me the truth. And the best decisions I've made come from those conversations. I just never expected one of those truth tellers to be a machine. So if you're curious where AI can create leverage in your business, beyond the hype, beyond all the shiny tools, that's exactly what I help leaders figure out with the AI opportunity audit. The link to schedule a call is in the description below. So go ahead, book it, because the goal isn't more AI. The goal is to create better decisions, better teams, and a business that depends less on you. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. And please don't forget to subscribe.